I use this Vitamix A3500i every single day and have done for just over 2 years now. And while I absolutely love it, there's a huge issue that no one seems to be talking about. I even got refunded £300 from John Lewis as a result of complaining about this change. This is my third Vitamix. I find them to be a really good brand, and that's why I'm disappointed with this unit. This isn't a sponsored video. I bought this with my own money. I'm going to be brutally honest with what I think about it. Let's break down whether or not this is still worth buying today. So I paid £800 for this complete unit, which includes the jug, the blending cup and lid, the tamper, the smaller blending cup and small lid, and this blade, which works with both of the smaller blending cups. Firstly, like any Vitamix, this is a really premium build. It's a great brand. It's known and it's trusted. It's got a really good simple interface at the front here. It's a clean and sleek design that I think will fit in with any kitchen. In addition to the pulse button, the turn dial, and the on and off here, you've got 5 presets along the top. So for smoothies, frozen treats like ice cream, hot soups, dips, and a really useful cleaning function. I love the fact that this is dishwasher safe, obviously not the base unit, but I can just take the top part off, take off the lid, take off this part, and then just pop it all straight into the dishwasher. It's got some special little holes at the top there, just to run off the water so that the water doesn't collect in the bottom. You can see this is a little cloudy at the moment, and as soon as it's had a vinegar soak, this will brighten up again. I love the safety features of this model. So if the unit is slightly unbalanced, it's not placed on there correctly, or if it's knocked and it comes off, then it will turn off automatically. Also, if the lid isn't quite secure on the top, or even on these blender cup attachments, if that's not screwed tightly on enough, then the machine just won't operate. So I do have peace of mind from that. But these blender cups are an absolute pain in the neck. This is one of the reasons why I really wanted this model over other ones. I thought, oh, it'd be great to have these small cups to do smaller batches, maybe to do a little bit of grinding of spices, or make a small pesto, or to make a small smoothie that I can then just pop the lid on and enjoy that separately. But I find the functionality of these additional cups to be almost pointless. They're a hassle to clean, they're difficult to use, ingredients generally just get stuck in there, so I tend not to use them at all. It's always this main unit that I use. I never use the additional attachments. So this is what I use the Vitamix for. Every single day I'll make a green smoothie batch, pretty much filled to the brim. So it'll be packed with greens and then a few ingredients like seeds and spices, and then topped off with a little bit of frozen fruit and water. I find that it gives me a super smooth blend every single time, and I just use the smoothie button for that. Secondly, pancakes. I'll generally make a batter every single week. It's great for quick mixes with minimal effort. I make sauces and dressings in this regularly also. Normally that's cashew cheese or salad dressings. I also make cashew milk in this regularly. Check out my recipe linked in the description below if you'd like a no-strain cashew milk. I used to use this regularly for ice cream. However, I find that my Ninja Creamy Deluxe just gives me a far better texture and quality of ice cream. So I don't tend to use it for that anymore, but it is absolutely fine for a quick frozen dessert. So this is the main issue that no one tends to talk about, that I'm quite annoyed about with regards to this Vitamix. And it is these additional blending cups, and it's specifically this attachment. So I think Vitamix realized that there was an issue, possibly with the connection of the small blending cup and also the large blending cup, but they changed this design, which was just quite straightforward. One cup and one attachment going onto the bottom and blending on here. So about 6 months ago, I got a notification from John Lewis to say I needed to contact Vitamix as a result of an issue with this attachment. Their solution to fixing this was to provide a shroud. This is an awful way of fixing the problem they had. You effectively have to attach this to the bottom of the blade part, and that now becomes semi-permanently locked onto the base. So whenever you're blending, it needs to be used as so. It's quite finicky and difficult to get this off. So if you wanted to clean this separately, you can put it upside down in the dishwasher like that. I'm not sure whether or not it would clean very well. If you wanted to remove this to clean it, you sort of have to take a couple of fingers and try and get into the bottom It's just awkward. And as you can see, it's just not very easy to do. It's not a very elegant solution to the problem. And that really disappointed me. It's not what I've come to expect from Vitamix. I find that it's bulky, and even though these cups don't work brilliantly anyway, it's just stopped me from using them altogether. So these parts here have become completely redundant to me, and they're useless. This is all I see the unit as being now. I'll probably throw those parts away, and I just kept them for this video. And it was for this reason that I raised the complaint with John Lewis and was able to secure that £300 refund, because my argument was that that addition has completely changed the functionality of this unit. Another thing I find quite annoying about this is the fact that there are UK compatibility issues. So this was supposed to be the flagship unit for Vitamix, which all of their additional attachments and new parts coming out will be based upon. However, Vitamix have released a food processor unit and also a dry container unit, which fits on top of the US models. But if you bought one of the UK models like I have, then you won't be able to get a food processor unit or the dry goods container. Why? Why is that? It seems ridiculous to me. This still retails at about £800. I can't get my head around that. It's no longer worth that. What do I wish that Vitamix did differently? Firstly, I would love to be able to have the option for a smaller jug. Because those items are completely defunct and a waste of time for me, I'd like to have a smaller jug which has a narrower base at the bottom. So my understanding is that the narrower bases keep the ingredients lower down, and it doesn't tend to splatter the ingredients within the container and allows you to process smaller amounts. I also wish there was a more elegant solution for this debacle. Also, I wish there was continuity with regards to the tools that are available. It's great if you've got the USA model, but it's annoying for everyone else. I also wish this was at a lower price point. I think for £800, you can expect perfection from a blender, and this is not perfect, especially given the known issues. So I think £800 can't be justified. So final verdict, should you buy this model? Do I still love my Vitamix A3500i? Yes, I do. It's an absolute powerhouse. It's something I rely on daily. Would I pay £800 for it again? Absolutely not. But if you want top tier blending and you find it on sale for £400 or £500, I would absolutely recommend it. If and when I need to replace this unit, I'll be looking for one that still has a digital timer on the front, but that has a smaller, narrower base, so that I can keep ingredients lower down in the blender and work smaller batches. Let me know in the comments if you like this blender and if you think it's worth the price. See you next time.